Tonight's guest, James Hosford, with your hosts, Kutz and Ezane.
What's up, baby? How you doing? Man, welcome to What's So Funny, man. We glad to have you here.
I'm glad to be here.
So, man, so what you been up to, man? I know this whole COVID thing, you know, everybody been hibernating a little bit.
I work at Costco, so
I love that place.
I've been fairly busy during COVID, but and doing some comedy shows in parking lots.
Wow, that's hot. That's what's up. So how's that been going?
Been all right. We've been doing my buddy Jim Pine's been doing several open mics every Friday in San Diego, Saturday in LA, and I've been doing shows myself. I've done a couple nursing homes and parking lots around the county. So yeah, they've been all right.
That's great, man. So how's this quarantine treating you?
Not doing as many mics as they used to be, and then many shows. That's the only bummer I've been missing, is going out and doing comedy.
Right.
So you got anything coming up? I mean, like show-wise, any tours or?
I have been in contact with Camp Pendleton Marina Boulevard, not Marina Boulevard, Miramar Marine Base. To try to get
shout out to the Marines.
Thank you for your service. I've been been negotiating back with to get a show. It looks like it's going to happen, but that's the future show, and a show for a homeless shelter that might happen as well.
That's cool, man. That's what's up, man. Well, you know, we've been just trying to stay, you know, COVID free and, you know, stay healthy. You know, I encourage everyone to, you know, cover up, wear their masks, you know, and
absolutely. That's the idea of the drive-in comedy shows. Everyone stays safe in their car with their windows rolled up, and we just broadcast on the radio.
Right. So I understand that, you know, your job, you know, as an essential worker. I mean, how was that? I know people just, you know, because we make, you know, company I work for. We're one of the largest manufacturers of sneeze guards, I should say, and we're one of the largest in the country right now. So as an essential worker, I mean, we're just, I feel like the man. You feel me? I mean, it's
there are sneeze guards everywhere at Costco, across every register. Yeah, so it's COVID during retail has just been nuts because, like, you've seen the videos, you've seen all the photos on Twitter and stuff of how crazy Costco is. That's not a tenth of how crazy Costco has been during this.
Okay, get into a little deeper subject. What do you think about the riots and the looting, man?
I hate to say it was predictable, but when you trap people in their homes, take their jobs away for several months, anything was going to spark that. It breaks my heart that it was sparked and how it was sparked, but the people were going to bust out with the riots. I'm 100% for the protests. The riots, I think, anything could have sparked those.
So have you been writing any like new jokes, any new material you've been working on, you know, due to what's going on in the world today?
Yeah. I've written a couple COVID jokes. Like, I personally think this whole COVID is a giant conspiracy so people forget about Jeffrey Epstein.
That dream, you know, like actually being a comedian now, like, you know, you're right here, you know, we're interviewing you. So how was that?
It's a dream come true. I've always wanted to be one. I never thought until a couple years ago after I started doing it that it was like, you know, you're hesitant, but until you try it, it's just, I can't think of anything else to do that's creative, and just it sparks your creativity, it sparks your challenge to write a joke properly, to get laughs, to test in front of an audience. Like I said, it's again, it's the best experience ever, and and I can't imagine ever stopping.
What does it take to make a good joke? I mean, I don't want you to give up the sauce and the secrets, but like,
Don't
you
give
know,
it up.
like, is it hard? Is it easy? Like, you know what I mean?
For me, some jokes just fall into place. Like I mainly tell stories. So once I figure out the angle of the story I'm going to tell, like I'll have an idea for, I was thinking in my life, and then I'll figure out how I want to tell it. But what makes a joke, I think, is just, oh man, it's tough. Because I've seen people kill with just the look. It's just, I think it's the attitude. I think it's the way you deliver it. Like, I tell funny stories that have a bit of a darker tone, but I'm upbeat about it. So, like, I have a joke about my brother dying, and people laugh.
Have you ever used one of your jokes on one of your coworkers or one of your like relatives or one like?
Close to you? Like,
Oh, absolutely. I do all my jokes in front of them before I go. I'll tell my jokes. Like, if I have a conversation, I'll just throw my bit in to see if it works. If it works, like, all right, that person laughed.
No doubt. Hey, man, you know, it was a pleasure having you. I mean, you performed with us twice. You were, you know, set to perform on another show, and then the whole COVID, everything, you know, took place. But, man, we would love to get you back on stage with us, get you here, you know, on set. You know, just that would be a pleasure. You know, and when I first met you, you know, I told you, I was like, man, you remind me so much of Ralphie, man. You know, I like you having spirit and you know, stuff like that.
Is there any highlights regarding our show when you was there? Like, you know, did you have like, you know?
Any memorable moments?
Yes.
Well, the first show I was on with you guys was the first show I ever did. So that was the most memorable.
We're glad.
Awesome job. Awesome job.
did my bit,
right. Yes.
and then a week later I did my second show for another person. But no, I will always remember you guys as my first ever show. I have a scrapbook on my computer of everything I've done so far, and you guys are right there. So thank you.
That's what we do, baby. Hey, it feels good to be number one, man.
If you ever want to get a What's So Funny tattoo, we'll pay for it. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no, we will.
So you met Steve Ezane in one of her shows. How was that like? How was that experience? Can you elaborate on that for us?
He was incredibly generous with his time, and I've had a few experiences with people that have like made it and have done in an industry, and you can always tell the ones that I respect the most, the ones that are willing to. I mean, he didn't give me a lot of time because he tried to separate jobs from every comedian, but he was willing to share his insight. He was willing to tell you a few things about the secret to being on stage is finding your calm and just finding your focus on it. So no, I enjoyed meeting him. I've sent him a birthday. I have a Facebook friend, so I sent everything for his birthday. So it's just it's like I said, he was a class act because he was willing to take the time to talk to somebody. Because the show I did with him was like my 5th ever show with you guys, and so I'm still fairly new to it. And I don't know, he was very very generous with his time.
Hey man, we really appreciate you, you know, giving, you know, us, you know, a chance with your career and launching it. You know, do you have any like long-term goals as far as like any movies, you know, you're looking at anything, you know, in that?
Honestly,
What do you
if I could just make a comfortable living doing comedy, I'll be happy for the rest of my life. I don't need to be, I mean, of course, movies and all that stuff would be great. But if I can just make a comfortable living doing comedy where I don't have to work in retail anymore and I can just travel the country and do comedy, I think that would be the best life possible.
Do you have any favorite comedians like you watched growing up that inspire you?
My first true comedian person that inspired me was Bob Hope.
All right, give it up. That's the general right there, man. Yes. I was raised up on Mr. Hope for sure.
I loved his Road 2 movies, and I still don't think there's anybody who's ever had a better presence on stage.
Right.
I mean, Chappelle close second, but Bob Hope walked on stage like Chappelle does, and he just owns it. He is like he walks up there like he owns the stage, and so that's what like most of Bob Hope's jokes right now don't. Oh, right. So you can't tell, but those photos back there are framed Bob Hope albums.
Look what we have for you. That's a Bob Hope classic. TV guy, Bob Hope?
What?
Bob Hope. This is how much of a Bob Hope fan I am. He was on the cover of Time TV Guide more than any other person in history.
That's cool, man.
That's Mr. Hey, that's
Thank you-
Mr.
thank you for
Palm
sharing
Desert
that,
right
guys.
there, man.
Exactly.
Good shout out to Mr. Bob Hope.
Yes.
Love Bob Hope.
So, do you have like any channels on YouTube that you want to start or anything, or do you have one already? Have you ever thought of that?
I have. The problem is I just planning it, trying to get it together, trying to do things like that, trying to get because I do work full time and I do comedy at night, and so there are definitely ideas. I've thought about doing podcasts. It's just one of those things about getting people committed to do it with you is the tough part, and just trying to find the time.
Yes, yes. Well, MI and Miss Marie over here, they'll be glad to help you. We have all the tools, and they're pretty well connected. So,
Yeah, whatever you need, brother, it's all good. And also, I would like for you to add this to your collection.
I would be honored for that, Bob Hope.
This is yours. This is yours.
I love Bob Hope.
It was
Thank
Love
you.
giving here at What's So Funny. And for some way we knew, and we didn't know, but we knew. But here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a gift to you, sir. Add this to your collection
For Mr.
and
James.
let it grow. Mr. James Hosford. Yeah, that's what's up. Hey, good.
Thank you very much.
thank you for tuning in, Mr. James, and thank you for being funny
Yeah,
and
thank you
making
for
us
being
laugh.
funny. Yeah.
So we appreciate that. That's what What's So Fun is about, and that's what we needed.
Hey, is there any is there any shout outs you like to, anybody, before we get out of here and
Any projects
Well,
you got coming up?
Too.
Like I said, my dates are still pending. Hopefully in a couple weeks or so. Blue Truck Comedy is the name of my comedy show I'm doing.
Okay.
My buddy Jim Pine has Drive Up Comedy. He's going to be doing shows. Yeah, those are it. Hopefully, my like I said, I have a Facebook page with my Blue Truck Comedy with all the when I have the show, I'll post it there. I have a Twitter account, so that's all.
All right,
Cool,
cool.
man.
That's what's up, man. Hey, man, we're glad to have you here, man, and I can guarantee you we will get you here at
Yeah,
the
you gotta
table,
be ready,
bro.
man.
That way you can come get your Bob Hope TV guide,
I would
1983.
appreciate it.
Yeah, 1983, bro.
The
That-
year I was born.
Oh, wow, for real?
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, man, but keep being funny. Keep being James, you know what I'm saying?
You're writing them jokes.
Yes, definitely. Keep grinding. You're a funny guy. I see you, reaching the heights. I mention, movies to you because I feel that that's where you're headed.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So Hollywood, get ready for this guy because he's coming. I'm gonna be with him too. Hey, even if I
man.
carry your bags, I don't care. I'm coming in.
Hey, let me go with you too, man.
It's all good, man. We love having you here, man. We will always support you. You got a home here at What's So Funny Comedy. This is my co-host, Ezane. I am your guy, M.I. Kutz. Thank you for your time. We will mail this to you. We love you. And remember here, there's no big I's and no little U's.
This
Peace.
is What's
And
So
we
Funny.
out.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.